Wonderful cyclist, heavily featured in the opening ceremony, a first British Tour de France winner this year. Massive interest in the Olympic British competitor cycling. But here's a challenge for them. Try and simply cycle from Mile End to the Stratford Olympic site. A journey of 1 mile, but a dangerous nightmare assault course for us East Londoners. Only it seems one to tackle how ironic this terrible accident should happen on the day the great Bradley Wiggins gets a cycling gold. Well, I think that's a point very well made. We might go and take a look at that cycle route, actually. Don says it's tragic when anyone is killed on our roads, but there are about 10 deaths per day which do not get this publicity. Cycling on roads, any roads, is dangerous. We must stop beating up on car, van, lorry and bus drivers. Amanda's in Finchley. What have you seen recently, Amanda?
Well, I've just come back from taking my daughter to nursery, and again, I've encumbered with the daily cyclist who absolutely doesn't know the rules of the road, and that is the problem. What we need, Nick, is we need every cyclist who comes on our London roads take a test. We used to have the cycling proficiency test at schools.
Yeah.
We need to test specifically for cyclists that they are then allowed to come onto our major highways. We need them taxed, and we need road insurance. Any other vehicle that comes onto our London roads or UK roads has to be licensed, taxed and insured and take a test. Why don't cyclists?
Well, how are you going to make that work with Boris bikes, with the Cycle High scheme?
With the Boris bikes, they can take it like a pedal, like a motorbike or like a scooter.
Amanda, we've got 100,000 people in this city right now come to watch the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
How are we going to know whether they've taken a cycle proficiency?
Because you would have, if you book the Boris bikes, you book them online, you can fill out your details.
No,
they ask
Amanda, no you don't. I walk up and I just throw my credit card in there and I get a little slip and I jump on a bike.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be allowed to use the Boris bike unless you
How?
take the test. And in every...
How would you make that happen?
Because there should be, now we're part of the EU, there should be an EU directive to say that anybody that uses a cycle is on our major roads should take a test.
All right, Amanda, I don't see how it would ever be affected. And even if you got a Europe ride, what about the Americans who've come to town? Thank you for your input. Glenn's in Romford. Hello, Glenn.
Nick, good morning to you. Even if you were a cyclist who took a test, nothing would prepare you for bow roundabouts and the traffic that goes on there. I mean, it really is the equivalent of pedaling your bike across the runways at Heathrow. You'd be locked up if you did that. I think Mayor Johnson, the bike scheme is a great idea. Yes, I'm saying more people are going to be taking the bikes as part of our goal success. But unless the mayor has the courage of his conviction, there are some decisions he's going to have to make that are going to prove to be unpopular. And banning cyclists from certain parts of the road in London is one of them.
I don't see they'll ever do it, Glenn, but it's an interesting one, and we'll return to that after the news. Also coming up after the news, we'll look at what might or might not be the decision of the Bank of England Monetary Committee at 12 noon today regarding interest rates, to cut or to keep. Full views on that. You're listening to Breakfast with me, Nick Ferrari, here on LBC 97.3, where the time is 8:30. News then, and Susan Bookbinder.
Thank you. Good morning. Olympic gold medalist Bradley Wiggins is calling for new laws to protect cyclists after the death of a man who was knocked off his bike by an official Olympic bus. The driver, who's in his 60s, has been arrested and bailed. The sister of a schizophrenic man who died in custody in Brixton is calling for the officers involved to face legal action. An inquest is ruled that the police used unsuitable force to restrain after cyclist Bradley Wiggins became Britain's most successful ever